looking at was not built in a web world. It's not all that easy to build in build in a web world. Technically, it does take considerable skill to build a fine looking building like this, and that it actually could be built, bought on the somewhere on the internet. I'm not sure. Right now, it's not that easy, but it will be fairly soon. Uh, we do know how to import buildings from that are built from other in other well uh, architecturally supportive software, or in graphic other kinds of graphic software. So we can bring them in, but we can also build a building in a virtual world like OpenSim, and we can
most
export it. Go ahead.
most of these buildings, including this one, most of the areas in the web world that are available now have actually been imported from a virtual world.
Yes, so the what that and this one certainly was, and we are now proceeding to get this, understand how to do this very well and very simply, with not much in the future. It will not take much effort, time or effort to do that.
Well, we should be very clear that we're not. There's a much smarter lady behind this
Well,
than us.
we're not. We're
Uh,
just smart enough to talk, but
right.
well, we actually we have two worlds, and this one is by Evie, a very smart lady and one whose business we will talk about, maybe, I think not today, but we will talk about in another session. Um, and she knows how to do this. She can build web worlds, and has built, well, quite a number of web worlds. As a matter of fact, they're all interconnected. So it's essentially, well, for most of the places, she actually treats them as like floors on a building, a floor
Yes.
on a building. Um, in this case, it's a separate destination, and either way, they can be. None of these are actually obviously uh, connected in any physical sense. They are only connected on the web. And what we do when we move from one place to another is actually simply load a different web page. Uh, and remind everybody, we really are just on the web. We are not.
Yes.
So actually, if you can go, if you got a browser and can go look at Google News, or anything else like that, you can come in here, and you can come into a web world. Um, and that makes it extremely simple and extremely fast. And notice that we are also able to talk with each other. And so far, the voices seems to be working quite well. So this is a place also where we could hold meetings with other people. If we had a business meeting, we could bring people in, and simply by giving them a web link, the same way we bring people into any to other kinds of meetings, or other kinds of provide them with other kinds of information. So we would be able to use this for other purposes. Of course, obviously, if we now, I immediately think of this as, if I had this, I want an office.
It depends on what you want to do. You have to remember that we have lots of options in the web world. You call somebody on the phone, and yeah, you can have a conversation, but very, very, very soon we'll have the ability to have concerts in here. We've got art galleries in here that you can walk through. You can look at pictures and different art styles. I mean, we're going to have all kinds of different things that you can do. So, yeah, you can pick up a phone and have a conversation with somebody, or you can drop into a web world and actually spend time with somebody.
Yeah, you get a feel as if you are in the same location, because your avatars are in the same location.
They are, yes. and we are not.
No, we are many, many miles apart. But we forgot about that because, in a virtual world, we are virtually only a few meters apart.
Right,
And we can hear each other just as well as we always could.
right.
Now,
That
let's.
that's the thing that I really love about web worlds is the idea that they have the ability to bring people together.
Mm-hmm. Now I came down. I'm coming down the stairs sideways, as a matter of fact, mainly because I wanted to note that if we if we had information that we wanted to pass around to people, if we had people in our web office or any other kind of place, well, educational place, for example, uh, we would, one of the things we could easily do is bring them into up to a wall where they can read things and they can read that at their leisure. It's not like uh, showing slides where you can only show one slide at a time. And if anybody has a question about about um, the previous slide, you have to go back and find it. We can walk around, and this is one of the ways I use for teaching. We can walk around and we can look at one or another of the instructional panels that has been set up.
And there are several right here on the wall.
Yes.
Um,
How do I communicate with others? Well, actually, we know how to. There's various ways, but we know how to communicate with others. And basically, most of the time, what we do is talk, which we already know how to do and have been doing for many, many years.